Hi everyone, and thanks for tuning in again to Winston Parrish Images. This is part 2 of a series of videos on doing black and white conversions in Photoshop. Part 1 is linked in the description where we talked about using the black and white tool that is built into Photoshop and the match color tool as well, which allows you to copy the color profile of another image to create a black and white or a different color profile in a color image. At the end of that video, I promised to talk about a product from a company called Totally Rad, and that product is called Replichrome. Now, Replichrome is for the more serious photographer who wants to recreate the look of film in their images. And this is their website, Totally Rad. And what Replichrome is it's a product that you buy and install into Photoshop. It costs about $99. Sometimes it goes on sale for 40% off throughout the year. And what Totally Rad did was recreate authentic versions of classic films. Kodak color films, the Fuji color films, these are all professional films that photographers like myself and others used for literally generations before digital finally took over. Iconic Kodak black and white films like Tri-X 400, Kodak Plus X125 is a very tight grain professional film. And it also allows you to do some customization like you would have done in a darkroom back in the day. Now, how did they accomplish this? Well, what they did was they scanned hundreds of thousands of images taken with all of these genuine films, and they scanned them onto Frontier scanners and Noritsu scanners in order to produce an authentic recreation of the actual film. So you're not doing like a little Instagram type of overlay or somebody's action. You are actually applying the look of that film as it would have appeared if you had shot it with your camera on that film instead of digital. For that reason, once you apply the filter or the preset to your picture is basically done, unless you want to do a little bit of tweaking, a little dodging and burning to fix some areas. So let's quickly show you how this works. Once you buy the program and you download it, it gets put into the preset section of your camera raw filter. So you go up here to filters. First of all, what I want to do is I want to make this a color image again. So I'm going to go to filter, camera raw filter, and where we're going to go over here is all the way to the right to a section called presets. Now you'll see it says up here Reset Replichrome, which allows you to back out any changes if you did something and you want to reset it and start again. Now you'll see all of the films that are in here. Now there are several versions of them. So if you look right here where I'm circling Kodak Ektar 100 scanned on the Frontier scanners and on the Noritsu scanners. Clean means that it's shot without any grain. So if you want to not have grain in your picture, you would choose your clean version of each. Plus or minus, plus is more contrast, minus is less contrast. Okay, so it gives you all those different versions of these films, and those are changes that would have been made in the lab. If you were a pro and you sent your film to a pro lab back in the day, those would be some changes that you would ask them to make when developing your film. So this video is specifically about the black and white conversions that are in Replichrome. The first one we encounter as we go through here is Kodak 400CN. 400CN was a film that you could buy at Walmart and would process using the color developing process at your local lab. So it didn't have to go to a special black and white lab. So all we have to do is just click on 400CN, and boom, we have a beautiful black and white image. And what's great is you have a true black and white conversion. This is really what the film would look like, and if your monitor is calibrated, it'll print out beautifully. Like I said, if you click the plus version, you're going to get a little bit more contrast. Again, an adjustment that could have been made in a pro lab whenever you were having your film developed. The next film on here to take a look at, and you know what, I'll reset after each of these so you can just kind of get an independent view, is Kodak Plus X 125. Now this is a pro film that was used, and it has a very, very tight grain, very smooth look to it. Look at that. I love this film. I changed most of my stuff for black and white using the Plus X 125 because it's just so smooth, very tight grain. They let you get pretty contrasty with it. You can bump it up to a +2. Now this is what it looks like without. If you back it off to the minus, you get a lot of grain, and it really doesn't look good on this particular picture. This is a minus with the tight grain. Look at that. It's beautiful. Got a little bit of a faded look to it. I love this film. Next we have Kodak Tri-X. Now Tri-X was carried the world over by photojournalists for years and years and years. So you're going to get a bit of grain with that. These artifacts here that you're seeing in camera raw, these would not show up in the final image, but it's got kind of a medium grain to it. A lot of photographers today have forgotten what grain looks like in a photo and how important it was to giving texture to pictures, because digital images don't tend to have grain, and we tend to boost our ISO to a point that we don't have it. Now, if you really want to talk some grain, you would use T-Max 3200. Now, T-Max was a very, very high-speed film. You could use it to photograph bands, and as such, it was able to capture images in low light, but it had a lot of grain to it. So I want to show you one or two other features that's in Replichrome, and that's down here in the black and white section. If you want to add a little bit of tone to it, a little bit of cool tone, you can click on Cool. That will give it a little bit of a blue look that I'm not sure that you can really get by looking at this. It also has a warm tone, so you're going to get a little bit of sepia whenever you do that. I like the warm tone one. Looks nice and even. This is a wonderful product with absolutely unlimited potential to the serious photographer. At $99, it's an absolute steal. I encourage you to pick it up. If you have any questions about it, please leave them in the comment section. I'll be happy to help you out. And please subscribe so I can continue to make more instructional videos for you. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.